Hello and welcome, ladies and gentlemen, to Frozen Endzone. Developed by Mode 7, Frozen Endzone is of a similar vein to Frozen Synapse. Both are turn-based games where you control a team, however in this case you control a team of players. Players that guard, block, defend, run and throw as you try to get the ball down into the end zone to score the most points. While it does take certain cues from American football, it does have a set of unique rules of its own. As you would expect, getting the ball down to the opposition's end zone scores you 7 points. However, there are glowing zones placed throughout the levels that if you walk through with the ball score you additional 2 points on top. Stationary players will always take down any opposing players running towards them. In that sense, you can use players to block certain exits and cut off zones. The player that has the ball always has to advance it, and you cannot walk backwards with the ball, so you either have to throw it to a friendly player or keep running forwards. And if you are blocked off, you have no choice but to get taken down and transfer the ball control over to the opposition. As you can no doubt guess, there's a whole massive ball of rules that you have to swallow before you even actually understand what's going on within the game. Thankfully the learning curve is steep but short, so you'll be ready to play after only a match or two, and to help with that, Mode 7's even put up a handful of tutorial videos up on their site that can be linked to from within the game, which is really helpful. The animations and effects and visuals in general look pretty fantastic. For example, taking down the enemy ball carrier thanks to a move you made is absolutely fantastic thanks to the effects in the spectacle camera. However, the camera can be really obnoxious at times. It does the spectacle thing even when there's absolutely nothing going on. This means that it zooms in on one player and you can't see the entire field and where everyone's moving, and it's not really important to view that one player when he's not actually making any plays, if you see what I mean. Speaking of being obnoxious, to end your turn you have to hit the prime button, and every time you do that, and you will be doing it a lot, the game has the narrator go system primed every single time, and it does get really annoying, as sad as that may sound. It would be nice to have the option to turn that off. If you finish your turn before the opposition, you will have to wait for them to get done before you can view the outcome. And waiting for the other player to, take his turn is commonplace in turn-based strategy games like Civ, for example. However, I did feel that the AI was notably slow every once in a while, and it definitely feels like the game could move along a bit faster if the AI just responded a bit quicker. What doesn't help is when the screen flashes Frozen Endzone every time you end the turn, and it lasts for a couple of seconds until it processes all the turns. I'd much rather just have me be able to view the field so I can see what's going on rather than flashing in and out of the game. And finally, the last complaint I have with this game is the UI is really finicky. It could definitely be streamlined a bit more, and the game is in early access, so you can expect a lot more patches, and none of the problems I've listed here are anywhere near being critical or game breaking or hinder the enjoyment of the game in any significant way. So if you get the game, you will be able to enjoy it and can only expect it to get better. In the full release, they hope to have a single player story, seasons, loads of different multiplayer modes and leagues, and customization of the individual characters. Currently in the game, which has been updated since I've gotten it, is the ability to make your own characters, so you can customize your team to give certain players more speed, more strength, more defense, so on and so forth. So you have a runner which you can send down the line, another one who's really good at throwing, so on and so forth, and build a team that's tailored to your playstyle. And the ability to do that is pretty cool. Unfortunately, I think the game's a bit expensive for its current state. However, once it's fully released, it will probably be well worth it. It's already incredibly fun to play, and when you consider that the gameplay is entirely organic and it never plays the same way twice, it all depends on what tactics and decisions you make and play, and how your opponent responds to them. It's entirely possible, for example, to fake throws and, play mind games with your opponent, and there are not many games where you can do that. While the game is fun, unfortunately it's a bit dead right now in the open access, and I believe the last time I was on there were only about 4 players, 7 as a daily total, and that's not that much, but the game does have AI, and it is more than adequate. The devs are very kind to provide me with an extra copy to give away to you guys, so please check the description below on how to enter. I hope this video gave you a good idea what the game's about. Please remember that the game is in Steam Early Access, so it is not finished currently. And that's it from me, guys. See you around next time.